Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, and you guys, the GBA playoffs right here, right now. The St Louis Rampardos, who finished the season 9-1, going against the New Orleans Pelippers, who finished 5-5, but did beat the New York Yankees in the first round of the playoffs. Of course, we had a bye, which is why you didn't see a video from me last week. I know people were confused. If you guys missed the pregame, you can check it out on the annotation or in the description below. Make sure you guys watch that. And we have a very, very epic match about to fire up here against John. If you guys don't know, John is a phenomenal battler and a great Pokemon player and YouTuber and a good friend. So make sure you guys show him some love. His link is, of course, going to be in the description. Make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff, regardless of the outcome. I will let you guys know now, I am exhausted. So hopefully that doesn't play into anything here, but I am exhausted. But we're going to do our best here. I'm sure John has had a long day himself, so it's currently pretty late. So anyway, I'm going to look at his team here. You can see what I predicted him to bring, and it looks like I nailed everything aside from the Crook. He brought Entei instead. That's a problem. Entei is always a problem. His whole team is a problem, but we're going to do our best here, and we're going to hopefully have a good time. So let's make this happen. Let me just put the Entei on the screen. I'm going to have to figure out what my lead is going to be. I don't even know if that's shiny Entei or not. We'll just put it up there. We do have a question of the day today, guys. What was your favorite moment from the GBA this season? And if you guys could turn up for 1,500 likes, that'd be phenomenal. So anyway, let's jump into things here. Predicting him to potentially lead with that Empoleon. He might expect me to lead with Sableye, which is something I've done quite a bit. I kind of want to lead with Nidoqueen. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Let's lead with Nidoqueen. If he leads with Kyurem, I'm in trouble. But I think I'm going to lead with Nidoqueen because I could hit that Empoleon pretty hard anyway. And we'll see what happens. I could get up Stealth Rock, something like that, force him to defog, whatever. You guys know the deal. Let me make some notes here. Empoleon, Entei, Venusaur, Sylveon. What else did he have? Sigilyph, which is probably carrying Focus Sash, and last but not least, Entei. So we'll see how things go, man. I'm excited for this match. First round of the playoffs. 9-1, pretty impressive. He is going to lead with the Empoleon, so we did predict that properly. Of course, we'll see if that actually makes a whole lot of a difference here. Even if he's fully specially defensive Empoleon, I do actually do about 90% to him, and I can take a Scald without a problem. So I think I should just fire off the Earth Power. If he gets up his rocks, he gets up his rocks. It's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about that at all. So I think the Earth Power is the best play. If he brings in Sigilyph, that's fine with me as well. I think I'm gonna Earth Power, and then maybe he'd switch. But let's go for the Earth Power first. I should outspeed without a problem, and we'll be able to get a big head off on Pinhead here, as he probably either Stealth Rocks or Scalds, one of the two. He might just go for Scald. I do actually have 190 special defense EVs on my Nidoqueen, which is very strange, but I actually put a lot of special bulk on this thing to basically allow it to handle the Mega Venusaur a little bit better. So we're going to fire off a big Earth Power to start off the match here. If he's physically defensive, we'll actually kill. If he's specially defensive, it's going to do about that much, so not surprising. He does go for the Scald, which is great, because now, whoa! That is offensive Empoleon. He's going to get the burn and kill us, of course. He has some offensive investment on that thing, because that did... Oh, no, it was Torrent boosted. It was Torrent boosted. So he's going to kill me right there. So Nidoqueen... Well, that's a good start. Nidoqueen dies to Empoleon Scald. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to have happen to start the match. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But that Torrent boost and that burn, kind of unfortunate. It would have been nice to stay alive there. I would have been able to get up my rocks. But I could freely go into Luke's Mom here, and I could Volt Switch out if I so desire that to be the case. I should have no problems outspeeding this thing. Luke's Mom isn't exactly the fastest Pokemon, but I should be able to get momentum here and just freely Volt Switch. So I think that's our best play. No sense in over-predicting. We'll just go for the Volt Switch. If he stays in, great. If he switches, that's fine as well. But that Torrent boosted Scald, that, quite unfortunate. I was wondering why that did so much. We should have been able to live that without a problem, but that didn't work out. So anyway, and of course the Scald burn, you know, that 30%, it is what it is. It happens all the time. But Nidoqueen goes down in the first turn. We're gonna get the Volt Switch off. That is definitely gonna kill the Pinhead here. It is gonna give him the advantage, but Rotom kills Empoleon with Volt Switch, so not too shabby there. Knocking out his Stealth Rocker and his Defogger, so both of our Rockers are gone. Now, who do I go into here? I think he's going to be able to get the advantage no matter what. So if I go into Mirror, he's going to go into Sylveon. If I go into Mew, he's going to go into potentially Sigilyph or maybe Entei. If I go into Chansey, he's going to go into something else. If I go into Z-Drive or A-Driven, I might be okay. I think Mew is the best play because he might not know what to expect if I bring in the Mew. You know what I mean? Like, that might be my best play. Mew is probably my best play. It's my only check to Venusaur, so I do have to be very careful. I just feel like I can't go into Mirror here because all it does is it says, hey, Sylveon, you can just come out whenever you want. You know what I mean? Just come out wherever you are. So let's go into Mew. It's really the only thing I can go into. I should have probably Hydro Pumped in all honesty, but I didn't want to risk the miss and not killing the Empoleon, then him getting rocks up and all that nonsense. So we'll go into Mew. This is an offensive Mew, of course. I'm running Nasty Plot on this bad boy with Psychic and Aura Sphere. He's going to go into Pokemente, which is, of course, his Entei. A little bit worried about this thing. Let's run some calculations here, ladies and gentlemen, because Pokemente, I'm sure, is going to want to destroy my soul. So let's see what we're doing to Pokemente here. Offensive Entei, he might be Assault Vested. He just does a tremendous amount of damage to me. My best switch here is to hard switch into Luke's mom, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I want to find out whether he is Banded, AV, whatever this thing is going to be. So let's find out how much this does to me. He goes for the Sacred Fire. We'll see how much this does. This comes in, and it's going to do virtually nothing, but no burn. So that leads me to believe that he could be Assault Vested, perhaps. Yeah, that looks like Assault Vested nature. That is definitely not banded by any means. Now, I have a couple different options here. I can Volt Switch out and try to gain momentum. I can go for the Hydro Pump to try to kill this thing. I'm free to actually go for a T-Wave right now as well, which could be nice to get a para on something. Let's go for the T-Wave in case he wants to stay in. I don't think Entei can really touch me too badly anyway, so let's just go for that T-Wave. If he switches, fantastic. I'll be able to paralyze something and then Volt Switch out. He is going to switch, maybe into the Venusaur. In comes the Venusaur. Okay, so we know the Entei. I'm assuming Assault Vest, but it does have the Sacred Fire, obviously. And we're going to get a nice little para off on the Venusaur, which is nice because that's going to be able to wear this thing down a little bit, which is huge for us. It's gonna be, well, not wear it down, but slow it down from being able to do things that otherwise would be a problem for us. So my best play here is to Volt Switch out into Mew and probably set up, let me actually calc really quick. Entei is the same speed as Mew. Assault Vest Entei versus Mew if I have +2. Let me see, if I'm +2 against Assault Vest Entei, because I'm pretty sure he's Assault Vest, that would be my first guess. I'm only doing about 70% to him, and he does about 50% back to me. So I don't know if that's my best play yet, is to do that. But I'm running out of options here of what to go into. So what I'm thinking about doing, actually, is going into Sableye, perhaps? Let me think about this for a second. I'm definitely going to Volt Switch out. There's no sense in staying in, but what's my best switch in here? Maybe Chansey, honestly. I kind of lose momentum by going to Chansey, but we're going to just do that. He's going to Mega Evolve, obviously. I think we saw that coming. I'm going to go into Chansey, though. I think that's my best play. I can get a Seismic Toss off, and I can Sponge Hits all day from this thing, so it's just going to bait out one of his other threats, but we get a little bit of damage off there. It doesn't really give me any insight. I could go into Mew, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go into Sunnyside, see what he's going to do. It actually gets fully paralyzed, so I wish I went into Mew there, but that's okay. I'm free to Seismic Toss or Toxic. Seismic Toss to get damage off on something would be pretty nice. So let's do that. Let's just get some damage off on this. I'm sure it's got Synthesis, but we'll get some damage off. It's going to be probably like a 3-hit KO. Yep. He's going to go for the knockoff. So he does carry the knockoff. I'm not too surprised. It's going to give it our Eviolite, and that's going to really hinder our ability to be kind of a defensive pressure, like presence, but he had the knockoff last time. I'm not too surprised. I didn't want to take the knockoff on anything else, so to me, that was my best play. I get a free Seismic Toss if he gets paralyzed. He actually would lose Warren Sap as well, which is nice. He might have the Heal Bell on Sylveon, but again, he probably has nothing that it really wants to necessarily switch in here. I get a free Seismic Toss off on something, so But he's probably running Synthesis, Giga Drain, and maybe Sledge Bomb, if I had to guess. So the nice thing is I do have that Colbur Berry on Mew later. He is going to switch, so he wants to save this thing. He's probably going to go to Sylveon to get that Heal Bell off. And there it is, the Sylveon. So not too surprised to see the Sylveon. He might just go for that Heal Bell. I went for the Seismic Toss to get some damage off here. I'm sure he's going to have the lefties as well. That is very bulky Sylveon. In fact, I do want to just see... That did virtually about 25%. Bulky Sylveon, yeah, so that's a bulky Sylveon. That's fully HP invested. So now is my chance to go into Mew or aDriven. Now, do I think going into aDriven is a bad idea right now? I think the Heal Bell is coming. Poison Jab does about 75%. It's not enough to kill, but it's going to do a tremendous amount of damage. Whereas Sludge Wave from Mew is going to do... Let's see here. Sludge Wave from Mew, assuming he's like defensive. It's a 2 KO. And I can handle I can take the Hyper Voice. So let's do that. Let's go into Mew here. I'm a little bit more willing to be a little risky with Mew because the Venusaur is paralyzed now, so it's a little bit less of a threat. I'm going to go into Mew here, expecting him to Heal Bell. I wouldn't be surprised. He might go for the Calm Eye. He actually does carry the Wish this time, which is something he didn't have last time. I don't believe. So he's got the Wish on his Sylveon. He's gonna get leftovers. He's gonna get the health up. He might actually just Wish Pass into his Entei. So here's the thing. I can go for a Psychic, which is gonna be useless. I have a feeling he's gonna go into Entei right now. I don't want to reveal the nasty plot. I think he's gonna Baton Pass out slowly into Entei. So I'm gonna go into Luke's Mum here. I think he's gonna go into Entei. I think he's gonna Baton Pass out into something. He's not gonna want to stay in here because he knows that I could be going with a Sludge Wave. I could be doing, you know, Poison Jab. I could be running so many things. He has no idea what I'm gonna do yet. So I'm just gonna hard switch out into Rotom, predicting the Baton Pass into Entei to try to like take the hit, heal it back with the Wish. Kind of a weird switch, but we're gonna try it. If he doesn't have the Heal Bell though on this thing, that could be really good. So I do switch. We're gonna go into Rotom. Hopefully he doesn't like Hyper Voice, but we'll see what he does. He switches, so he hard switches out into probably Entei? Into Entei, so great play there. That actually works out really, really well. Everything went as planned, so his Entei cannot touch us. So I am free to Volt Switch here if I so desire, or I can go for the Hydro Pump here and try to predict him to stay in. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what a standard Entei carries. I'm gonna be straight up. Stone Edge, Flare Blitz, Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed, so we're actually good. I could go for the Thunder Wave, and he doesn't want to get paralyzed. So I'm thinking the Volt Switch is my best play here. I am thinking the Volt Switch is my best play. He could be Scarfed, but I really doubt that. Do I Thunder Wave or Volt Switch? I just don't want to Volt Switch and then have something take a huge hit for no reason. Actually, he outspeeds us, so it'll be a slow Volt Switch. Let's go for the Volt Switch. We have no reason not to. He does go for the Sacred Fire, so he is going to hit us with that. That's fine. I'm going to be able to Volt Switch out. Hopefully no burn. There's the burn, of course. We're going to get this Volt Switch damage off. I want to see if this is indeed Assault Vest now. And that does virtually nothing, really. That does really nothing. Let me just double check my calculations here. But I do believe that was... yeah, I would say that's definitely Assault Vested, which is what I kind of figured anyway. The burn isn't a huge deal. Terrakion versus Assault Vest Entei. I would imagine I can EQ here and destroy him. A close combat will also do a lot, but I definitely... The EQ is the best play, or the Stone Edge. Why does close combat do so little to this thing? I'm so confused. Wait, how does that calc make sense? This calc doesn't make sense to me for some reason. I don't understand. Why would Stone Edge is super effective, that's why. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay, so I think we're pretty free to just go for that Stone Edge then. We obviously have to hit it, but simultaneously, it's gonna hit something really hard, so I say we just go for the Stone Edge. If he has Scarf, we outspeed, so I'm pretty sure, let me just double check that, but I'm pretty sure, even if I think he's Assault Vest, I mean, I'm pretty sure. So, we hit 168, max speed this thing, Jolly Nature. Yeah, we are 1 speed point ahead, so Stone Edge is my best play. So let's just do it. Hopefully we don't miss. That's the plan. I'm like trying to figure out in my head why close combat is like gonna do less damage, and I'm like, oh wait, it's Stone Edge is super effective. And I hit the Stone Edge! Oh my god, it's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen! And Pokemente goes down to the Stone Edge, not bad. So Terrakion kills Entei with Stone Edge. Now, Entei was definitely one of his, it was pretty much walled by Rotom, so it wasn't, you know, that big of a deal, but it's good to take that thing down. So gonna have to figure out a way to take down that Sylveon still. He still has no idea what set my Mew is, which is nice. That Kyurem is definitely a problem though. I think my biggest fodder right now is definitely my Chansey. And of course I have to be careful with Sigilyph because it does, it probably has a Focus Sash. So all those things we have to keep in mind. But surprisingly we don't miss the Stone Edge, which is nice. So I'm expecting Sylveon to come in here, but it is a defensive Sylveon it looks like. So let me start running some calcs against the Sylveon here. Standard Sylveon. I actually don't live a Hyper Voice. I don't, no matter what. So really, if he goes into Sylveon, I need to switch into Chansey. Then just a Seismic Toss. Or I get Toxic, actually. I can Toxic the Sylveon because he has Wish, so he might not actually have Heal Bell, but we'll have to see. I think he probably does. He might not have thought that the status was that important because, like, Kyurem destroys Sableye and stuff, so far, things are okay right now. I brought Sableye this week, but here comes DP Jones, and that is the Sigilyph. So this is Focus Sash Sigilyph. We know this. We know this is Sigilyph, Focus Sash. And I am pretty sure that a Focus Sash Sigilyph is going to kill us with a Psy Shock right now. Actually, there's a chance we do live if he's timid. Actually, he's not Life Orb. We might actually live the hit. We might actually live. Modest. Actually, we live a modest Psy Shock from Sigilyph right now. We don't live the Psychic, though. If he's modest. Is it worth me taking the chance? Absolutely freaking not. We're going out into Sunnyside here. We're going out into our Chansey. There's no way I'm taking this risk. I gotta break the Sash on this thing. I need Terrakion way too much. I'm pretty sure he's Sash, but I can't chance it. I'm sure he has, he's Sash. He's probably gonna go for the Psy Shock. There is the Psy Shock. It wasn't worth the risk. I didn't want to go into Sableye either, so that's fine. We're gonna take a good amount of damage from that. I think we might be able to live one more though, so I might be able to get a free Seismic Toss on something, or Soft Boiled. Now, we don't have our Eviolite, so that's a bit of a problem. Just get rid of our Eviolite here. And he's probably gonna go into Chansey. I mean, Sylveon. So standard timid Sigilyph does 41.4. So we are 147 out of 326. So we are 45%. So I think we actually do live this even without the Eviolite. But we do live it if he's timid. If he's modest, we don't live. I can go for the Toxic here. Predicting the Sylveon potentially to come in because he doesn't want to break the Sash on this thing. What do I think? What do I think? Let's do it. Let's go for Toxic. He switches, so he does switch. Hopefully not in a Venusaur, hopefully in a Sylveon. Into the Pus, so we're gonna get the Toxic off on this thing, which is nice. That's gonna get a little bit of damage off on it. If he has the Heal Bell, he's gonna show it now, so that's fine as well. I don't know if he has it. We saw the Wish, so I don't know about the Heal Bell. But we did see the Psy Shock and the Sigilyph. Pretty sure it's gonna be rocking that mean whatchamacallit, Focus Sash. So now I think the Seismic Toss is my best play, or the Soft Boiled. Now he's probably gonna Wish, so I think I'm gonna Soft Boiled here and see what he does. If he has the Heal Bell, he does have the Heal Bell, so kind of unfortunate. He does go for the Heal Bell. I probably should have made a nice switch into Mew there. But we're gonna wait, we're gonna bide our time here and find our opportunity to go into Mew. And when we do, it's gonna be awesome. So, it's kind of unfortunate that this thing was able to do what it just did, but that's okay. So I'm thinking my best play here is actually to go into Rotom again. Like just switch into Rotom and take the hit. Because I don't think he's gonna stay in with Sylveon. He might just Wish. Do I think he's gonna Wish? Rotom's not really gonna do anything to him, not gonna put any pressure on. I think I should just stay in, actually. I wish I had taunt. I wish this thing got taunt. Let's go for another Toxic. We'll see what he does. He's going for the Hyper Voice. We can eat this up. So it's a good thing we stayed in, because that would have been bad to take the hit on something else. We'll get the Toxic off, get some damage off on this thing. Not a huge deal. I'll try to whittle this thing down. Try to cancel out his lefties or whatever. See if we can bait him to not use his heal bell right away. Just to weaken him a little bit here. Now, I think I should switch and put some pressure on him again. But he might expect that. He might expect the switch. I just feel like he's gonna wish right now. I don't want Mew to I want Mew to come in for free, is what I want. Because Mew is gonna win us this game if we win. I think I Seismic Toss. He might just wish or heal bell. He does go for the wish, so that's fine with me. He's gonna be forced to heal bell at some point, and I think that point is this turn coming up, which is fine, like this next turn. Because now with the Seismic Toss and the Toxic damage, it's gonna put him around 60%. So he's gonna want to heal bell, and even if he goes for the Hyper Voice, Mew at this range will kill him after another set of Toxic, I think. So I think now is our chance to go into Mew. I think now is our chance to go into Mew. Is that what I want to do? Well, actually, he's gonna heal up with the wish. He's gonna be... Do I kill this thing at +2? That's what I want to see. If I go +2 against the Sylveon, if he's physically defensive, I don't know if he's physically or specially defensive. What do I think he is? If he's specially defensive, it's a 2-hit KO still, even with the Nasty Plot. So, I think what I need to do here is just go for another Seismic Toss. He's gonna wish. He's gonna heal bell this turn. He's definitely just gonna heal bell this turn. What do I want to do here? Do I want to put the pressure on with Mew yet? What do I think is the best play? He's gonna get all his health back. So do I start to put the pressure on with Mew yet or no? I wish I had Trick on Rotom and I could trick this thing like a Scarf or something. Let's play this game for a little longer. Seismic Toss. He's gonna go for the Calm Mind. That just got a lot scarier. Just got a lot scarier. But he is gonna have to heal bell eventually, so that just got exponentially scarier. How much is Terrakion doing to this thing? I need to find out what Terrakion's gonna be doing, because he's gonna heal up right now. Terrakion versus Sylveon. Probably physically defensive. My Poison Jab does about 50%, so I have to get him down to 50% here. So, he's got a heal bell here. He has to heal bell here. He's got a heal bell and then wish, I think, is what he has to do. And I have to get... If I hit him with a Seismic Toss right now, he heal bells. He'll be at around 60%. Then I bring in Terrakion. Doesn't really line up that well. I don't know how I can beat this thing at this point. Now that it's +1, it just rips through me. It just rips through me. He's got a heal bell. Alright. He's gonna heal bell. I feel like I have to go into Terrakion and just get a Poison Jab off and just destroy this thing. Let's do it. That's our only play. That's the only thing I can think of. We're gonna go into Terrakion and we're gonna Poison Jab. There's the heal bell. So we saw that coming. Now I gotta fire off a Poison Jab here and just get as much damage off as I can. He's probably gonna kill me. Well, he's definitely gonna kill me with the Hyper Voice. He's +1 now, so this is my only option here. I don't really have a better choice. Terrakion does about 50% with this Poison Jab here if he's physically defensive, so let's just go for it. He's gonna kill us with the Hyper Voice though. But that's what happens. He got that +1 Calm Mind, and Chansey can't sit there all day on a thing that can just, set up on me. But he doesn't have the Psy Shock at least, so I know that. But unfortunately, we're gonna lose Terrakion here after the Poison Jab. I don't even think a crit would kill him at this point, to be honest, so... But he doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or Banded, so I guess there's that. I could be Banded. I feel like I should have pulled the trigger just a turn or two earlier. With that Terrakion swap, but that's okay. If he kills me with Terrakion here, a Mew can kill him, I think, with a Sludge Wave at that point, I would guess. Unfortunately, this thing is like so bulky. At +1 special defense, I only do like 30%, so we're gonna have to get really lucky. We're gonna have to get really lucky. We need big rolls for both Mew and Terrakion here to kill this thing. Because of this Calm Mind. Otherwise, this thing just sweeps our entire team. He might think I'm banded though. I guess there's that. Could be banded. Could always be banded. Banded Terrakion is a beast. He stays in. I need a big roll on this. I did. That was a lot. He goes for the Hyper Voice. That is gonna knock us out. That was a good amount of damage. That was the amount of damage we needed. That was what we needed, I think. He's gonna get some lefties recovery, but I think that puts him in KO range from you. It should. Now I don't want to chance anything here. We're probably just gonna go for the kill. I could actually bring in Chansey and go for the Seismitoss, but I'm pretty sure a Sludge Wave kills. So I think he has to sacrifice this thing. So let's just go for the Sludge Wave here. If he switches, he switches. Something's gonna take the hit. But I have to get the Sludge Wave off and kill this thing. And it should kill. So here's the Sludge Wave. This should kill, even though it's +1. It's gonna be close. It does. Good. So Mew kills Sylveon with Sludge Wave. So Mew is my key right now. Mew is so incredibly important right now, guys, because it handles Venusaur. It can maybe take a hit from Kyurem. Maybe. Kyurem's a beast. So we gotta keep it as healthy as possible. What does Kyurem do to me? Kyurem Black. Physically based. Against Mew. We should be able to live a Dragon Claw. I don't know about an Outrage, but we might be able to live a hit. He ran Banded last time. Aura Sphere isn't gonna kill. Alright, in comes DP Jones' Sigilyph. Now, I need to get some damage off on this thing. Mega Sableye doesn't want to come in here. I feel like the Dazzling Gleam is a potential move. Sunnyside is my switch in though. Sunnyside is my go-to here. I gotta get Sunnyside in here. He's got Venusaur left, Kyurem, and Sigilyph. We gotta break the sash on this thing. So we need to break the sash on this thing. Do I think Chansey can take 2 Side Shocks? Yes, and I can get a free Seismitoss off on something, which is nice. Or double into Mirror, but that's not really that effective. Luke's mom should be saved. Let's go to Sunnyside. I don't have my Eviolites. That's my best play. If he goes for the Dazzling Gleam, phenomenal. If he goes for the Side Shock, fine. Or if he goes for the Shadow Ball, that's even better. He's going to have to Shadow Ball, I feel like. Yeah, he does Shadow Ball. So we're going to get him for free. That's actually really nice. So I'm sure he has the Dazzling Gleam. He's got Side Shock. What did I say? Dazzling Gleam. Well, Shadow Ball. I'm assuming Dazzling Gleam. So here's a really important play. I think the Venusaur's coming out. And I think I need to go double into Rotom. But he's gonna have to save this Focus Sash, I'm pretty sure. I feel like he's gotta save the Focus Sash. I feel like he has to. But do I want to chance it? Do I want to just go for the Seismitoss here and just hit something? I think I'm gonna go for the Seismitoss. I want to break this Sash. He's gonna switch probably into the Venusaur. He probably has Synthesis. No, and a JJ Watt, so he's gonna go into his Kyurem Black here. Now, Kyurem Black. What is Kyurem's HP stat? I think it is enough to set up subs big enough to live. Yeah, Kyurem has big enough subs that he can actually live. So here's the problem. I think we just lost, is the problem that I think we have right now. If he substitutes, we lose. If he has substitute on it, and he has leftovers, he does have substitute. So that's it, guys. I think we just lost. I almost switched into Mew. I almost did it, but he's definitely sub. I have to switch into Mew here on the substitute, break it with an Aura Sphere again. Mirror can't touch this thing. I don't think a knockoff is gonna break the sub. I'll double check, but I doubt it. Kyurem B. Knockoff actually might break his sub if he doesn't have HP investment. But that's a little risky. And I don't have anything else that can touch him. He's gonna substitute here. So, does Rotom break his sub with a No. I have to go into Mew and I have to Aura Sphere. Right? He's gonna substitute. I'm gonna go to Mew. The only thing I can think of is I could break if he... No, I think that's our best play. I gotta get him without that sub. Do I just sacrifice Sunnyside here? And just... He's gonna substitute. I just know he's gonna substitute, but there's nothing I can do about it. I could Seismic Toss and... There's no way we're living a hit here. I gotta make a decision really quick. Do I still want this thing? Kind of. Let's go to Mirror Mirror. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. He's gonna substitute. I just have to hope that Mirror Mirror's knockoff can break this sub. That's all I have to hope right here. That's all I can do. He's gonna substitute. There's the sub. Okay. So we have to just hope, ladies and gentlemen, that I can break this sub with a knockoff. I knew the sub was coming. I have to be able to break the sub with a knockoff. That's all I have to, that's all I can do. I'm gonna just Mega Evolve. I'm gonna knock off. I could Metal Burst, actually. And that'll definitely break the sub, so there's that. That might be our best play, actually. It's just a Metal Burst, because I know he's gonna attack me. Oh, well, yeah, I feel like Metal Burst is gonna break his sub. That's probably our best play is to Metal Burst. Because then I don't have to worry about the knockoff breaking the sub, and then I'll just knock off the next turn, just in case. Alright, we're gonna Metal Burst. I believe Metal Burst does have negative priority, so even though we have the Prankster, I don't believe it'll go first. I think it goes second here. If it doesn't, then we definitely lost, but I think it goes second. And now we lost, because he has Hone Claws. Oh man. Hone Claws, sub Kyurem. I went for the Metal Burst, and that's that. If I could break his sub here with a knockoff, then it's not the end of the world. I didn't expect Hone Claws. He's probably got Outrage or something. Let's go for the knockoff here. Maybe I can break his sub now. I don't know. We'll try. We really need to break this sub to have a chance. I basically need to get him without a sub so I can bring in Mew and freely go for... He's gonna go for the Dragon Claw. We might live this. I don't think so. I didn't calc it. I don't care. There's no reason to calc it. We actually eat that up. All right, break the sub, please. Break the sub. Yes, it broke the sub. Oh my god, that's huge. That is huge. Okay, so now if he kills us, now he's gonna kill us, but that's fine. I'm gonna go for the knockoff again. This is why I still needed Terrakion, but I had no other choice. Can Mew live a +1 Dragon Claw from this thing? I highly doubt it. We're gonna find out in a second here. Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw, take away the Life Orb because he doesn't have Life Orb. And he's +1 attack. We actually might be able to live a Dragon Claw from Mew. Mew looks like it can, and it can Aura Sphere. It outspeeds, it can Aura Sphere twice, and it might kill with 2 Aura Spheres. Alright, Nasty Plot Aura Sphere, one of the two. Yeah, Nasty Plot Aura Sphere, I was thinking of my best play. I do outspeed Sigilyph, but of course he has the Focus Sash. I would have to switch out a Chansey on the Sigilyph if I kill this thing. It's gonna be interesting. He's gonna go for the substitute again, so we just have to hope that this breaks it. That was actually best case scenario there. Hopefully the substitute breaks again. It should, unless he has HP investment. Okay, good. That was actually base case scenario, him going for sub again, because that's gonna potentially make it so that Aura Sphere might do enough to kill him. I doubt it, but maybe. Just sub again, dude. Go for one more substitute, please. That'd be phenomenal. I would love you forever. There's a Dragon Claw. And Mirror Mirror goes down. So, Kyurem kills Sableye with Dragon Claw. So now our only option here is to go into Mew and fire off an Aura Sphere, I believe. Aura Sphere, actually, yeah, no, Aura Sphere is our best play. Or Aura Sphere does about 50% to a standard little guy here. We can go for the special attack raise. I'm assuming Kyurem doesn't get any sort of priority here. Let me just double check. I really don't think it does. Let me see here. Kyurem black. I'm assuming that's this thing. What else does he get? If he's like sub, whatever. I think I gotta go into Mew, Nasty Plot, and then kill it with Aura Sphere. And hope he doesn't sub on the Nasty. I guess it doesn't matter if he subs on the Nasty Plot. And his last move, I have no idea what it's gonna be, but it's probably gonna be an ice move or something. Dual stab. I think we could live a hit though. We could live a fusion bolt. I think that's what we gotta do. He obviously has a high crit chance though, with Kyurem and Dragon Claw. But it's the best thing I can do. What's Kyurem's speed though? What is Kyurem's base speed? I think it's pretty high, isn't it? It is 95. So we're gonna go into Mew here. This is my best play. I don't even know if the nasty plot is worth it, to be honest. I'm debating here. Because the thing is, if I nasty plot, that's great, but like... But the Sigilyph is coming in anyway and it has a Focus Sash, I'm gonna have to switch out. So it's like, do I just hit him with 2 Aura Spheres? Or an Aura Sphere and a Psychic? Because it's not gonna make any difference. Like, he's gonna go into the Sigilyph and it has Focus Sash. So I think I'm just gonna go with the Aura Sphere. I don't think the nasty plot makes a lot of sense. I know that Sigilyph has Focus Sash, so there's really not much for me to do here. Just gonna go with the Aura Sphere. We're not gonna overpredict. There's a chance that this kills. I doubt it, but there is always the chance. And there's also the chance that he kills me with Dragon Claw. So I mean, there's both of those. But us going for that Metal Burst instead of the knockoff, that was a big misplay there. Because we would have been able to get rid of this leftovers. That play right there might have made a difference in this match. It might have cost us the match a little bit. It's hard to say, but I mean, we're still in this. You know, a crit Aura Sphere right here actually might win us the game too. So there's both of those scenarios. He's probably calculating to see. He doesn't know what set my Mew is yet, I don't think. And the only time he saw me attack was a Sludge Wave, so he might actually go into no, I don't think he'd go into Venusaur. He doesn't know what I am. If I'm Specs or Expert Belt or anything like that, I kill him here. So it's kind of hard to say what he's gonna do. He has no idea what I am though. All he knows is I have Sludge Wave, so I did a good job of masking what this Mew set actually was, which is nice. He actually switches, very surprised, but he is gonna switch out. He's gonna go into Warren Sap here. He's gonna take, I should have nasty plotted, but that's fine. We're gonna get the Aura Sphere off, and I don't know, but a Psychic might actually kill him from here. We're gonna go for the Aura Sphere. He might actually think we're locked into it. That does a little bit. A Psychic from a Mew to a Venusaur. What is it gonna do to a defensive Venusaur? How much? 70% if he's physically defensive. I think I just go for the Psychic here and hopefully knock this thing out. That's my best play. We just go for the Psychic, hopefully knock him out. If he's specially defensive, he's specially defensive. I think he's going to be physically defensive, though. It makes sense with the mold of his team. Physically defensive Venusaur handles a lot of issues, so if I get this Psychic off here and it kills, we're not in the worst scenario in the world here. I had to just make sure that Karam doesn't get a sub up again. But then he brings in Sigilyph. I do outspeed the Sigilyph, and I can hit it with a Sludge Wave. I don't know if a Sludge Wave's a 2 KO on Sigilyph, though. I'll have to see that. Is a Sludge Wave a 2 KO? No, it's not, so that's a problem in itself. So if Sigilyph comes out, I need to switch immediately. And I need to make sure that Karam, no matter what, does not get a sub up, like a sub up. If it gets a sub up, we lost. So that's what this like scenario comes down to. If only I had another move on Mew here. I actually shouldn't have Psychicked. I should have nasty plotted right now. I should have nasty plotted, but he's gonna go for the knockoff probably. I'm gonna go for the Psychic. Let's see if this kills before we get ahead of ourselves here. It does. Perfect. So Mew kills Venusaur. And now he's gonna go into Sigilyph, which of course is carrying the Focus Sash, which we know of. I do need to immediately go into either Luke's Mom here, which is probably my best play because I could Volt Switch, or just let it die. Yeah, we gotta go in Luke's Mom. We're not gonna go into Chansey, we're gonna go to Luke's Mom. And let's hope he doesn't switch. If he switches into Kiram, we lost. He uses Shadow Ball, so that's good. I don't think we're gonna eat 2 of these. After burn, we might actually live 2. And we could live a Psyshock, I think. So I think our best play here is to Volt Switch. And hopefully we have to live this, though. We have to live this Psyshock somehow. And get a Volt Switch off. I'm not even gonna calc it. There's really no point to. It's just gonna come down to whether or not he kills us here. Looks like it does about 31%, and we are 68 out of 157. We actually should live it. We should live the hit. We should live this hit. We should be able to get a Volt Switch off. I should be able to live a Psyshock. He's gonna go for the Psyshock. We should live this. We do, and we get the Volt Switch off, which is wonderful. That's gonna be a super effective hit. It's gonna do a lot of damage to this thing. That brings him all the way down to about 30%, 40%. Now the question is, I don't know I don't. This is a tough decision here. Mew comes in. I don't think Mew kills it. I don't think Mew can kill it though. I can live a Shadow Ball, dude. I know I can live a Shadow Ball on Mew. He doesn't have a Life Orb. He's probably timid. I can easily live a Shadow Ball. I think I just need to go for the nasty plot. A Sludge Wave actually should kill this thing at this range. I think I just need to click 2 Sludge Waves here. Or do I just go for the nasty plot? The thing is, if he Scarf Sigilyph though, that would be like the craziest thing in the world, and I would be so mad if he was Scarf Sigilyph. That's the only thing I'm worried about here. Wait, no, he's not Scarfed. I've seen him switch his moves already, I think. Alright, let's go to Mew. We're gonna go to Mew. We're gonna nasty plot to take the. We are timid Mew. Let me just double check. We're gonna nasty plot, and then we're gonna click 2 moves here, and I think we're gonna be okay. Maybe. I want to look at my summary here. I hit, what is that? 167 speed. I'm just being like super careful because this is playoffs, and you know it's the playoffs. Playoffs? What are you talking about? Playoffs? Playoffs? All right, hit 167 max speed. Timid Sigilyph hits 163, so I think we just click nasty plot here, and that's what we need to do. We need to live a Shadow Ball, and we need to get this nasty plot off, and then we fire off a Sludge Wave and an Aura Sphere, and that looks good to me. Maybe. Shadow Ball comes in. No critsies, no critsies, no critsies, please. We're gonna eat that up, no problem. Now we need to fire off a Sludge Wave, which is my most damaging move. So Mew's gonna come in here with the Sludge Wave, and this should kill no problem. And it does. So Mew kills Sigilyph with Sludge Wave. And his last Pokemon is Kyurem. And I believe, if I'm wrong here, then we lost anyway, but he's at about 60%. Kyurem Black. A +2 Mew Aura Sphere here. It can't miss. It does 80 something and 99%. We're gonna click Aura Sphere, and we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. We should outspeed. We're max speed timid. Here comes the Aura Sphere. Come on, Mew. Come on, Mew. And the St. Louis Rampardos win 3-0. Wow. Oh my god, I cannot believe I just won that match. I cannot believe it. Guys, please do me a favor. Check out John's channel in the description below. He is a phenomenal battler. He was the one person who beat me so far in the GBA. We are moving on to the finals of the Global Battle Association. We're going to be either facing Miguel Mega Mogwai or Hank the Pidgey, 2 people we have not played yet. And the GBA continues on for the St. Louis Rampardos. Let me see 1,500 likes on this video, guys. Show your support to the Rampardos, head smashing their opponents to victory. And that was, oh my god, that was a phenomenal battle, John. Honestly, probably the best battle I've had this season. It was a blast, and it was such a big challenge, and I'm so glad we had a chance to battle. Thank you, man. Seriously, if you watched the end of this, thank you, dude. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I will catch you guys later. Peace.